So now I know I can. Let's go back and see what we can get. Hey everybody, happy Michigan Mountain Biking Day. I'm Rob from MTB Michigan. Apparently June 22nd has been declared by our state government as Michigan Mountain Biking Day. So what better way to celebrate a day like today than going out on a bike ride? Today I'm going to be riding back at River Bends, which is where I was a few videos ago and broke a pedal. It's the second sunny day in a row, so I'm back out here with a fat bike to try and do my part to help keep the trail smooth and hopefully show you a little bit more about why I like this trail, and that's about it. So look forward to seeing you out on the trail. Enjoy the video. Thanks. And here is the mighty hill that took out my pedal. Give you a better look. This is where it broke, right here. So that was it. So this is a fun little switchback section downhill. This area right here is, I believe, called the drag strip on the maps. Now you've basically crossed one road at this point. When you get to road crossings at river bends, you pretty much just go straight across. There's one area where it's a little tricky, and I'll show it to you when you get to it. But anyway, this here is the drag strip. There's an upper and lower. Guys, kind of just see who can make it through this section the fastest to come out at the trail. Lower looks pretty wet from what I can see right now, so I'm going to stay on the upper today. We'll get a chance to show you the lower as the weather dries out. So all right, listen, YouTubers, does anybody else, when they're still getting used to learning how to video that with themselves, by themselves, for themselves, is saying so a common problem? Anyway, back to the drag strip. That was it. It's pretty much pedal as hard as you can. Speed zone. Looks like a downed tree. This right here is where the two trails join back on the drag strip. And then really, if you want, you can keep cranking. And that's one of the things I like about river bends, is when you don't have a lot of time to go out and ride or something, you could come here and just push it. You can hammer as hard as you want. I use this trail to base my fitness. As you can see, there's not a lot of elevation. I talked about it before. I think there's under 200 feet per lap. So it's not a highly elevated trail. This is one you can just work and get your cardio going on. And I really actually like that sometimes. And like I said, I'm trying to ride how I want to ride from now on. Sometimes I do just want to pedal. sometimes I just like winding through the trails. I mean, this is a real pretty area. It's a nice place to come and just hammer if you want to get speed. Of course, there's a lot of other riders, so, and hikers and the like, but you got to be careful. But it's a nice place to just come out and ride and just really enjoy the nature, really enjoy the flow of the trail, for not having any elevation and any real jumps per se or anything like that. Trail does have a nice amount of flow to it where you can just play. Coming up to, we're going to cross the road, a little drop and a hop, and come to another fun section that I really like. So it's a fun section. Obviously not too long, but fun nonetheless. So anyway, we're coming into really my only least favorite section of this trail, and I'll show you why. Take it all in. Now when you're a fat guy and you come out into this much sunlight, oh, does it suck. It like drains everything. And it's a little bit of a climb, and not that much, but it's still right out in the open, right out in the sun. And in the middle of summer, this is the one section I don't like. It feels like I'm doing great, I'm doing great, I'm doing great. Then I come out here and I have the reverse Kryptonian effect. I get into the hot sun and just sucks the energy right out of me. Now remember, I said there's one tricky road crossing. This is it. Now when you pass the power lines and you go to, literally it's the farthest back point of the trail, you come out of this little chute here and you have to actually stay on the bike path. It's only about 30, 40 yards, and then you hop back across. But you do cross the trail, so there is that. Up here, we're gonna have a nice double, and this will actually be my first time ever trying to clear it on the fat bike. So now I know I can. Let's go back and see what we can get. We are coming up to a tree that I have always been weirded out by. I ride this trail a lot at night, a lot in the winter, and usually have a headlight on my helmet. Today I got the GoPro on my helmet, so I want to see just how close I actually get to this thing. You can see it. No, I don't normally ride it that slow. I just wanted to get the full effect. Another road crossing, and here's comes to another point where something I like about this trail. Again, Riverbends doesn't have a lot of elevation, but what it does is makes nice use of the terrain, and it doesn't bill itself out as, you know, well, let me say it this way. People don't put extra amount of technical features in just to make the trail interesting. There's the right amount of speed to turns. If you can't have a lot of elevation, having some nice flowing turns, always a good idea. See, it just makes you want to go from corner to corner and get a feel for what you're doing. And you can see the CRAMBA guys have been doing a lot of work to help with the drainage issues. Again, special thanks to those guys, all the work that they do. Without guys like them, we wouldn't have Michigan Mountain Biking Day. A lot of good dedicated volunteers. And just outside of here is an option. Now you can go left and take the original trail, but you can see the arrow, red arrow to the right. This takes you to the new CK Canal Loop. I believe that's what it's called. And now they've added some more onto that, so I'm actually going to ride that, which I'm starting to appreciate this section of trail. It's just pretty. It flows along this creek here, or overflow from the river, whatever it is, I'm not sure, but it helps if I'm riding and not talking or thinking. But yeah, it just runs along this ridge. It's nice. Hello. There's something you don't see every day. If I understand what the trail coordinator was saying, normally we turn left here, but this, I believe, is the new section of the CK Canal Loop. So I'm going to check it out, see how it flows. Put some fat tires to it, help smooth it out a bit. We got a berm. Nice. Now, I forgot to tell you on the way into the CK loop, so I'm going to make sure I tell you on the way out. That bridge that I'm coming up to is a two-way bridge. So it's one of the only two-way spots really on the trail. There's some areas that look like two-way, but it's a higher and a lower. This really is, this bridge. And this section right here. These are really the only, and even that comes, we're back off a two-way again. Now, when I said if you didn't want to do the CK Canal Loop, it just comes right here. And here's where we hop back in onto the main original trail. And this portion's fun, although honestly, this can get pretty soggy. But there's a couple fun, cute features in here. For me, I really like the turns in this portion. I just find the corner to corner, if you can't really have elevation, make good use of what you got, and I think they did. So here's this railroad tie, and there's another one just up here. And again, this area gets pretty soggy, and these guys, the crew that maintain here, have been doing a lot of work, and I really appreciate that. And I guess technically there's one more road crossing, and that's a little weird if you're doing this trail for the first time, but you see from the sign there that we hop back on the trail here and follow it to the left. And then we cross. This is the last little fun section. It dumps you out onto the road back to the parking lot. And used to be a time I could wheelie for miles. And funny story, I was at a crit at a road race years and years ago. This had to be like 86, 85, 86. I don't remember. But so I finished my heat or whatever it was, and ooh, racer. I finished mine and my run and ended up winning this particular one. And I did a wheelie across the finish line, and I got chewed out so bad for for being a jerk, but for not respecting the purity of the bike, the road bike, and the cycling, the sport of cycling as it pertains to a road biker. So yeah, there was that. Funny enough, like a dope, that's where the decline in my skills actually started. Because from there I bought a mountain bike, and I really started being selective and careful not to offend people on the trail with how I ride. And I stopped doing wheelies. So that's like the beginning of where I started to struggle with my skills from where I used to be, where I could do these all day long. And then, like I said, it went further as I broke my neck. I raced BMX again, and I broke my neck in '97, and I'm actually coming up on the anniversary for then. And that took a big hit for my skills. But funny enough, I raced downhill from like 2002, 2006-ish. And yeah, but again, I had already kind of given some of my skills away and was real timid on the downhill bike, even though I was able to do it. And luckily for me, I ran with a really good crowd. I ran with a really good crowd that was very helpful, but my skills were kind of sacrificed a little as I got older. Yeah, I was telling a story about doing wheelies. Not sure how much of it actually came out, but the long and short of it was right around 2006, I started to really focus on racing cross country, and I had some really fast company that I was keeping at the time, and I didn't want to let them down, so really just focused everything on cross country skills and let everything else go by the wayside, which was kind of not bright. So that is kind of the story of how wheelies died in my life. Trying to get them back. But anyway, Hey, happy Michigan Mountain Biking Day today, and thanks for coming out to Riverbends with me. As always, please like, subscribe, share. I really appreciate that. Anyway, live the faith, ride it out, and hopefully see you out on the trail.